Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD6. Let's continue with updated chimps, the series where I'm gonna start all over again and I'm gonna show you an updated strategy to beat chimps, actually the black border, using no heroes and minimizing RNG. So advanced maps, let's just continue now with the next page, another brick. And this map is definitely easier than the last few maps I've done, so I was able to find a way to beat it without heroes and also to achieve the black border at the same time. Now here I'm gonna use this pool and so that I can start with sub and that monkey, right? One of the best starts. Now here that monkey in first, closest to the top side, so that the tail here follows the inner part of the road. Right, you can see that there's the inner line, and yeah, you wanna have the tail like following it, and then sub in last, closest to the bottom to the right side, so that the range is barely off towards the right side of this line here. This is gonna be diagonal in this corner. All right. Now you're gonna leave the sub in last only for this first 4 green balloons, and then you wanna switch the sub to strong. That's very important because otherwise these last blues with these red balloons are gonna be able to get past. So you need to change the sub targeting to strong to prevent that. And yeah, in this way you can survive round 6 100% of times. You can reduce RNG, and that's of course the best. Now here I'm gonna place another that monkey in first, and I'm gonna switch this first one into strong targeting. And yeah, so first strong, and that's it. So I think this start is very similar to a start I had when I uploaded the first gameplay on this map on Chimps. I think it was like almost 1 year ago, so a lot of time ago. But now I'm gonna show you a gameplay without heroes. It's gonna be a pretty safe strategy, I have to admit. Not really a lot of RNG involved. I tried always to minimize it as much as possible, and so it should be a pretty easy black border to achieve, even if you don't place heroes, if you're not gonna use heroes. And now here I'm just getting the sub, as you can see 001, and I'm just waiting now for the second upgrade in the bottom path. Just leaving the sub in strong, the monkeys with the targeting as before. You don't really need to change that. And at the end of this round should have the sub 002. Alright, leaving it in strong, of course. Now with the turbo starts, the sub has much more pierce and damage. And in this way you can destroy those fast yellows and pinks, and it's just easier, so that then if any balloons can turn downwards, the monkeys can actually manage to finish them off. And now here, as I did for Peninsula, I'm gonna do yet again I'm gonna place a Buccaneer. I'm gonna use a Buccaneer here for this early game, so that I'm gonna have camo detection, lead popping power, everything in just one tower. And yeah, I like a lot the Buccaneer, especially when I can place it like in front of a sub. And now leaving the Buccaneer first, and now that I'm gonna get the sub to advance intel, I'm gonna then switch the sub targeting to first, right? That's very important. And now just simply upgrading this Buccaneer 011 and then 012. Remember, for round 24 for the camo balloon. Just go slow in round 23, because sometimes depending on the exact positioning of your towers, you may have some balloons that of these last white balloons that can manage to get past. And now again, very simply, I'm gonna just get the Buccaneer 022 now with the hot shots, so the grapes on fire, even more damage, and now the Buccaneer can pop Bloons. So with this setup, you should be able to survive round 28. You don't need to place anything else or to upgrade anything else. Again, here just go slow for these last yellows, because sometimes depending exactly on the timing of the attack, you may struggle a little bit. But yeah, now just setting the Buccaneer too strong, so in this way you are gonna target first those Bloons, and I'm gonna probably just leave it in strong, and I'm gonna now start preparing with the next set of towers I'm gonna use for this strategy. That is gonna be Heli and Aces. I'm gonna use a very similar strategy for the middle game that I use for geared. So if you remember, they're using some Aces, never miss targeting, to help the Helis at surviving long enough until you can afford the Apache Prime. And yeah, right here I'm gonna do the same. So 201 Heli, leaving it in pursuit. I think the computer controls it pretty well, so yeah, I think it will not be problematic. It's more in the late game that sometimes the computer controls the heli quite weird, so sometimes you wanna be, if you wanna be 100% sure that you can survive, it's better if you control the heli yourself. But yeah, it's just in the late rounds. Right now should be a little easier. So now heli 301, alright. So that now also the rotor blades can pop Bloons. And very simply now I'm gonna place an alchemist right here, closest to the top and closest to the left side. So closest to the heli. Alright, right here. What's happening? I don't know. Okay. And yeah, start upgrading it. You know, 200, start giving the Mixodip to do extra damage against ceramics, having the Mixodip that can allow the heli to pop like Bloons as well with the darts. And now with the brew upgrade, now should get enough cash to get actually the 4th upgrade for the alchemist before round 40. So I'm gonna upgrade it to that as fast as possible here during round 39. And then here, well, you can attack the mob for such a long time here with the heli, with this extra powerful brew that once again, like round 40 should definitely be not RNG dependent, and you should like almost always being able to I mean, you should always, like 100% of times, you should be able to pop the Moab and the 4 ceramics without issue. Now here I'm gonna place a ninja, alright, 000. I'm gonna get the Buccaneer 032, and this is because otherwise you're gonna end up losing at this camo Bloons right here. It may sound weird, but these camo Bloons, these camo rainbows are gonna end up killing you if you don't get this ninja to give extra range for the sub, an extra camo detection right here, and to get this extra damage with the Buccaneer. So yeah, I know because I've tried it, and I've tried to survive round 42 with the last towers, but it's just impossible to survive, and you just don't have enough cash either to place a village and get a camo detection to give it to the heli. So alright, that being survived, so round 42 is gone. Now I have this ninja here that's gonna also give some extra range for the sub, so it's always a good thing. And I'm gonna just place here 2 villages, so 1 village closest to the alchemist and to the heli, and then the other one like exactly beneath it, as close as possible. And yeah, these villages, both of them with a discount. And now the bottom village, I'm gonna get it to 02. Alright, and so now extra range, attack speed, you know, very good stuff. And instead the middle village, I'm gonna get it 0 2-2. So I'm gonna unlock very early camo detection. So I'm gonna give camo detection to this heli and to, well, the alchemist as well. Yeah, this is important because round 51 especially has camo ceramics. So if you don't give camo detection to the heli, it's game over, because with just these towers right here that can pop camo balloons, you don't have enough damage to destroy those ceramics. And now here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply get I think I'm gonna place it right here. Right, so not super close to the alchemist, because you want the alchemist to keep on prioritizing the heli, but still in range of the alchemist, so the alchemist will give the brew to this ace. Right, so 2-0-3 ace, never miss targeting. Once again, the ace is a tower that's gonna be a tower that's gonna ignore this huge line of sight from this wall. Right, you can attack from the air, you can attack anywhere on the screen, so that's another very nice thing. And yeah, so I'm gonna use just one ace here to survive these rounds until I can get the 401 heli, so the Apache Dart ship. And you always need the Apache Dart ship before round 63, so against like those ceramic rushes you always need it. But I think if you just follow this strategy, you can afford this Apache Dart ship for round 59. So already the BFB around 60, you should already have the Apache Dart ship, so you should be doing a ton of damage to that BFB. And once again, all these rounds are really no RNG involved, because you can survive them all always. It doesn't really depend on the RNG timing of the brew buff, because yes, of course that is gonna help, but yeah, the path also is quite long, so if you don't have the brew right from the beginning, then you're gonna have the brew sooner or later, so you're gonna end up having that extra damage against the Bloons. So here we go, heli 401. Now the heli has the missiles and the machine gun, so it's gonna do a ton more of damage to the Bloons. And as well, now it's gonna start consuming the Mexodip and the brew buff very quickly, because it's gonna attack so many times that it's gonna consume the buff as well very quickly, like it happens as well for like super monkeys. And yeah, so now here I'm gonna just place another ace in range of both villages. Alright, another ace 203. I think 2 is just the best number, like balance between damage and trying to save as much cash to get the Apache Prime as fast as possible. And as well, I'm gonna get here, I place the aces in this shape purposely, because I want to get here as close to them as possible. Another alchemist, and I'm gonna get this alchemist 400. So another brewing alchemist that's gonna now prioritize both of these aces. All right, and so if you combo these two alchemists, now these top alchemists can focus a little bit more on giving the brew to the heli and not much to this other ace, because this other ace will already have the brew from the other alchemist. So yeah, in this way you are sure that, well, the aces are going to be almost like perma buffed with the brew, and instead the heli will, well, will receive it as many times as possible, but it's going to consume it as well very quickly. Alright, so with this you can see it should be easy to survive and to get through these rounds. Now unfortunately this is not enough. Like you can't survive long enough until you can get the Apache Prime just with this setup. You're gonna need something else, and as I said before, that something else is gonna be another heli, that in this case I'm gonna place I'm gonna try to place it as far away as possible from the alchemist, because I will not want this second heli to be buffed. Alright, so I think right here should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, here we go, in range of both villages. Alright, yeah, 230 heli, why not? So that I don't need to control it. It's gonna be controlled by the computer. And the important thing of this second heli is not much the damage, because I don't care about the damage. It's about the downdraft effect. So this effect is gonna blow backwards the balloons, and especially the ceramics, and it's gonna be a very important thing for to survive past around 80. So you can survive with this setup around 80 fairly easily, I have to say. But then from around 81 on, that the ceramics become super ceramics, so they have a lot more of HP. The heli will struggle at destroying the mob class balloons fast enough, because it's gonna have to deal with those ceramics. So a very easy thing that you can do against that is get this heli with downdraft that's gonna blow those ceramics backwards, and in doing so the 401 heli can manage on destroy the layers on like the BFBs and the Moabs, and yeah, in that way, by keeping on going backwards those ceramics, you can give a lot more of time to your helis to actually destroy all the balloons. And so that's why I say it's a very important tower, and yeah, the effect is the most important thing, really. So another tower that's going to be needed to survive these rounds until you can afford the Apache Prime is going to be a glue gunner. So now I'm going to place a glue gunner closest to the ninja and the closest to the left side. 0 to 3 glue gunner. So now these towers are, well, the glue gunner in particular is out of range of any village, so it doesn't have camo detection, it doesn't have any extra attack speed, range or stuff like that. But the important thing is that this glue is gonna slow down mob class balloons and also ceramics, and in this way the ceramics that the heli will blow backwards may also be glued as well. So yeah, again, this is just an impair to the movement of the balloons, so I can give even more time now for the heli to destroy everything, because I'm going to be able to glue mob class balloons and I'm going to be able to glue ceramics. So you can see that yes, it's true, I'm spending cash for this glue gunner, for this heli, but it's very important, because otherwise you can't even survive past round 80. So yeah, these towers are very important for that reason. You don't need to get any increase of the alchemist in like giving the potions faster, because right now this attack speed is just perfect. These two alchemists are doing a very good job. And yeah, you can see here already the action of the heli blowing backwards the ceramics, so that the other heli can attack the mobs and can destroy the layer, and so the glue gunner can keep on gluing them. Yeah, you are just stalling the game by a lot more. You can see how many ceramics are blown backwards. Yeah, this way they're being glued once again, they're being destroyed, and yeah. So round 84 may be the only round where you need to like take it slowly. So be sure that you know you can do everything right. But yeah, it's the only round, because for round 85 you should already be able to afford, as you destroy like ones, oh my god, you should be able to afford the Apache Prime already. So yeah, here just this round, just be sure that you go slow. The computer sometimes, because there are two helis, it's gonna control them like weird. But the important thing is that you see that you keep on blowing backwards the ceramics. If you see the ceramics like blowing backwards, that's perfect. So that's what you really want, to keep as many mobs as possible here in range of this glue gunner, so that you can keep on gluing them. You can keep on slowing them, and yeah, here just the last couple of PFPs with the mobs, and here we go. So yeah, this combo is very powerful with like glue gunner and the heli, the blows backwards, the ceramics. Yeah, now as I said, just destroying one oh my god, and I think that's gonna be enough to give me enough cash. Actually no, I need to destroy a couple of these ceramics out of the Moabs before I can actually get the Apache Prime. That I'm gonna do right now. Alright, here we go. So 502 a heli. And now the Apache Prime, of course, is gonna do just a ton more of damage. Yeah, it's just a lot easier. Now here, what I'm gonna do right now is because of the fact that the Apache Prime can already damage DDTs, you don't really need to get an MIB very quickly. So I'm gonna focus instead on getting right here a village, alright, with discount, and I'm gonna get a Bloons Sabotage. So I'm gonna get something an ability that I'm gonna be able to use to slow down especially DDTs in around 95 and 99, so that once again the heli has just more time to destroy them. Yeah, that's just for that reason. So now here I'm gonna just place in range of both villages. Yeah, I think here it might be the same. An engineer right here, and I'm gonna get an overclock. So I'm gonna overclock the Apache Prime. I'm gonna make it even stronger, and yeah, this way I'm gonna be able to survive the last couple of rounds just like that. So I'm gonna use here a Bloons Sabotage for 193, as you could see. Now actually here I'm very tempted at getting an MIB before 195. Or actually I can get, yeah, I can just get overclock though first, because the aces right now, only when they have the Mixodip they can damage the DDTs. So yeah, I want to get next this MIB so that these aces as well will be able to damage the DDTs always. So here I'm gonna wait for DDTs to come out, then I'm gonna use overclock, and I'm gonna use now Bloons Sabotage, alright, to slow down these DDTs, and here we go. That should do the trick. Alright, so let's get here. Well, there are just DDTs around 99, so I guess I'm gonna be fine here. So I'm gonna just get here the Alchemist with more attack speed, so giving the brews more often. Primary Training Village up here to give more pierce and the range to this glue gunner, and as well more attack speed. And then I think I mean, I could build anything here really. So I could get yeah, I could get down here a 401 Wizard. Yeah, why not? Seems a pretty good idea to do some extra damage against these mob class Bloons. And yeah, also some mob presses. Actually no, I'm gonna get some here Bloons Sabotage, alright, for these DDTs. I always keep forgetting about that. Alright, so overclock that, and I'm actually gonna try to build here a very quick spike factory, trying to, yeah, do some extra damage against this PAD by using the ability as well. Here we go. And yeah, this should be already enough to pop the PAD and yeah, everything else. So here I can use Bloons Sabotage once again, overclock, and that's it. So that's this track. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.